Making this summer literally the best summer of your entire life is way simpler than you might think right now. You don't really need a lot of money. You don't really need a lot of anything else. You just need to want it hard enough, and you need to be following a few simple steps. The ones that I'm going to share with you in this video, and the ones that I've personally been following lately, And by following these steps, let me tell you, I've had an amazing beginning of summer. I really lived every day fully and really had some amazing adventures. So for example, a few weeks ago, I was camping with some friends of mine at the Mont Blanc. So that was really amazing. It was one of the highest mountains in Europe, and I really wanted to see it. Right now, for example, I am having a little road trip with some friends of mine in the northern part of Italy. So right now I'm at the Lake Garda, if you want to check that up on Google. And in a few weeks, I will be making another banger adventure with my brother, but I won't be spoiling that in this video at least. Now, this video is for you if you really don't want to be wasting your summer, because we both know how fast it actually comes to an end, right? If you look back at the last 5 years, you can relate to how fast actually time flies. Past 5 years pass like that, and they will pass just as fast, and this summer will come to an end just like that. And I bet you don't want to get there at the end thinking to yourself, why didn't I just do those amazing things? You don't want to be there thinking to yourself, yeah, but I just couldn't, right? It was unrealistic, and all of those things that I wanted to be doing, I just couldn't. That's what everyone tells you, that you cannot do them. But the biggest lesson of this video is to start becoming unrealistic. If you really want to have a grand time and do those things that you want to be doing, you need to start becoming a little bit at least unrealistic. Don't follow other people's limiting beliefs, because otherwise you will be just doing what they do. Nothing. One day we will die, and you might literally die today or tomorrow or in 1 week. We never know. So living every single day fully and, living your life to the fullest. I think at least that is my way of living. And that's why I've actually started doing the things that I wanted to be doing. Now, how do you actually do that? How do you actually make this summer the best one in your entire life? The first step you want to be taking, that I've personally taken, was to define it. You don't start by thinking about what are some good things to do that are realistic, that you might do, that you have the money to do, that this and that. Don't start with realistic things. Take out a piece of paper and literally write down the things that would make this summer the best summer of your life. Think to yourself, if you were to die after this summer, what would you do? If you knew you couldn't fail, if you had unlimited money, whatever, if you were 10 times as smart as everyone else, what would you do out of this summer? What would make it exciting, and what would, excite you even just to think about it? Write it down on a piece of paper. Now, in step number 2, what I had to do was trim down the options, because if we have 1,000 things we want to be doing, we will probably do none. There is a saying that says you can do anything, but not everything. So we want to be choosing the 3 to 5 things that we want to be doing the most. Out of that list that you will be making, probably not right now as you're watching this video, but as you finish watching this video, you will have maybe 5, maybe 10, maybe 20, maybe 50 options. You want to trim it down to 3 to 5 options maximum. Now we actually get to step number 3. As you have basically defined the things that would make this summer amazing. You didn't care about what is realistic, how much money you would need, what you would need to do those things. You literally just wrote down the things you really want to do, and you trimmed down that list to the 3 to 5, not most realistic, but the ones that would make the biggest difference. The ones that you would think to yourself, right, if I was only to do those 3 to 5 things, it would be worth it, 100%. Now, in step number 3, we actually want to start understanding how much it would cost us, right? Because it's obviously part of it. But here I want to warn you for something, because many people just go the normal route, right? If you want, for example, to have a ride in a yacht, you could do what everyone else is doing. So for example, looking on the internet on how much it costs to rent a yacht for a day would probably cost you tens of thousands of dollars. Or you could search for the more unrealistic, more not so normal, unusual ways of doing things, which very often cost way less and are sometimes even for free. Like you could go to the harbor where there are a lot of people with a lot of yachts, and you could go and talk in a friendly way and ask someone who owns one, you know, asking in a friendly way, and maybe they say yes. Who knows? Who knows? And right now you probably think to yourself, they will surely not say yes. But I can tell you from personal experience that very often people say yes if you ask them kindly. You know, try. Just try. I, for example, did some, you know, nice rides in some supercars of strangers I didn't know, just because I asked. You know, I went there, asked them, you know, I know this is a strange question, but I really find your car amazing and this and that, and what like, would you mind doing a 5 minutes ride? And then we went for a ride for half an hour or so. So it is always way simpler than you think. And in this step number 3, as you're thinking about how much it could cost you, you know, try really stretching your creativity and thinking about how to do it with the least amount of money possible. How could you do it for free? There are ways to do it for free. You just need to be creative enough, and everything can be done. This is probably the most important lesson of this video. Be unrealistic. Don't accept other people's limiting beliefs, and just try. Because the people who try, they get it. The people who tell themselves, it's unrealistic, I won't, you know, it costs too much, this and that, never do anything. So start becoming one of those people who just tries and finds ways, and you always find a way. Always. Guaranteed. In Italy, we have a saying, who searches, finds. Anyways, in step number 4, you define the next 3 steps that you need to take for every single one of those 3 to 5 goals that you've set yourself. So let's say that you have defined the 4 things you want to be doing this summer. For every single one, you want to define a 5 to 10 minute action that you can do straight away. One that you will do today, one that you will do tomorrow, and the third one that you will do in 2 days. So for every one of those 4 things, you have basically an action for today, for tomorrow, and for the day after tomorrow. And they shouldn't take you longer than 5 to 10 minutes. Otherwise, you will probably not do it. You know, when you've done that, you get to step number 5, literally starting today with the actionable steps. That's how you do it. You have to start taking action. Because if you don't, you will probably never start. You will probably procrastinating, thinking to yourself, no, it's, you know, it's unrealistic and this and that. And then you never start. And so you never get to do the things that you want to be doing. If you want to get what you want, you have to start taking action. You know, I can give you the cure, I can give you the pill, but you have to take it. That's it, that's all. Do those things and you will get the outcomes. Don't start, don't take the time to define things, don't take the time to search for how to actually, you know, make your dreams come true, and they won't come true. It's literally as simple as that. You won't find them on that tree there, bro. You won't find them on a tree. You have to define them, find the ones that are the most important ones for you, you know, then find ways to do them, you know, little flex, by the way, and then define the things you need to be doing and start taking action. It's literally as simple as that. I literally gave you right now the secret for how I'm making this summer the best summer of my life. Nice, like a little kid. But look at this view. Now, as said, I gave you the pill. You have to take it. I cannot take it for you. But if you actually do take it, you will 100% not regret it. You will 100% be thankful that today you took those 20-30 minutes to write down the things that you want. And probably it will take you 5, maximum 10, because you probably already have some ideas of things that you would love to do this summer. And maybe it will take you another 2 minutes to trim down the list. You know, maybe another few minutes to find how much it could cost you. Another 10 minutes defining the steps, and another 10 minutes starting taking action. So in 1 hour, you've literally done the first big step to making this summer the best one of your entire life. Obviously, if you will do it. But I guess that you will do it if you came to this point of the video. Otherwise, you would have probably already clicked off, at least I guess. So I really like being around people who take action, who don't just say that they want to be doing things, but then when they actually have to take action, they tell themselves, no, it's unrealistic, no, I won't be able to do it. Be one of those people who actually gets things done. And the best way to do so is start taking action right now. Anyways, really hope this video helped you out. If you did and if you liked it, 100% make sure to leave a like and to subscribe to not miss on my future videos. Really wish all the best, bro. I hope you're going to have the best summer of your entire life this summer, and I'm sure you will if you actually follow these steps. Wish all the best, as said. See you very soon. Ciao.